Les fruits, c'est la vie, et les faits que l'on aussi. Bienvenue chez Douce Frugalité.
Coucou, dans cette vidéo, je vais vous montrer ce que je mange aujourd'hui. Mais avant ça, une petite introduction rapide du docteur Neil Barnard qui dure 2 minutes et demie et ça parle de nos besoins en graisse.
You'll get different recommendations based on kind of where the recommendation is coming from, and there's a lot of commercial interests who are coming in. But what does the science show? You do need 2 fats, and one is called alpha-linolenic acid. This will not be on the test. The other is called linoleic acid, but the surprising thing is how much you need. Maybe only maybe about 3% of your calories every day should come from those fats. That's it. So the idea that you need a lot of fat of any kind is really off base, or I should say not supported by scientific evidence at all. So what does that really work out if you're counting? If you are up to, in the course of a day, about 20 or 30 grams of fat, if you're reading labels or whatever, that's all you're going to need. You don't need more than that. Now, the average American eats easily 100 grams or maybe sometimes more per day, and they get it from meat and dairy products, some from eggs, and of course a lot from the fryer where the French fries come out of, that kind of thing, or they're dripping it on in their salad. So the actual amount you need, about 20 or 30 grams a day would be a right amount. But I hope you're not counting, because if you go to the produce aisle and you pick up an apple or a potato or foods that don't really have a food label on them, you don't really need, they're all pretty low in fat. They give you the fats you need, but not that excess, so you don't really need to count.
Let's take a follow-up here from Jill. So we're talking about those healthy foods having trace amounts of fat, but she's wondering, can you survive on a diet that is completely void of fat, or at least contains only the foods that have that very little trace amount?
The short answer is yes. You'll survive perfectly fine. And there are so many foods that we think of as being totally fat-free. You get some spinach, put it in your cart. Get some broccoli, put it in your cart. You think there can't be any fat in these things, right? And you don't taste it. Send it to a laboratory. They'll tell you about 7%, 8% of the calories in those foods are from fats, and proportionately high in the good fats. So you're going to get the fats that you want. There are some foods that are higher than that. Nuts, nut products like nut butters, avocados, obviously higher as well. And you really don't need to be having those foods at all, although some people would argue that a little bit of nuts is good as a source of vitamin E.
Ce matin, j'ai commencé par manger la pulpe de ce melon vert, on l'appelle peau de crapaud. Ensuite, avec la peau de ce melon et un peu de pulpe, j'ai fait ce jus vert et j'ai ajouté un peu de sucre et c'était super bon et rafraîchissant. Et j'ai fait cette photo de moi à ce moment-là. Ensuite, pour le repas de midi, j'ai commencé par manger 6 nectarines blanches. Alors, elles étaient mûres à point, parfaites. Et 1 heure après, comme c'est pas beaucoup de calories, je me suis fait une deuxième tournée avec 5 nectarines. Donc au total, ça fait 11 nectarines pour midi. Et pour le soir, de la salade nature, vous me connaissez, hein, sans huile, doigt propre garantie. Et là, les nouilles, c'est des nouilles de riz avec une soupette. Et dedans, j'ai mis pommes de terre, patates douces, pâte de curry, sucre, sel et un peu d'eau. Un délice.